Welcome to this video. Today is April 23rd of 2018 and it is the day that net neutrality dies. Today is the day that the repeal or rollback of the regulations that the Obama administration put into place are being pulled back because the FCC voted against keeping those regulations to keep the net neutral when it comes to your service. Now, this is a very big deal. And it feels like a lot of people don't realize what net neutrality is and how this is going to affect them, and it will affect you no matter who you are. But I do want to talk about just a little bit what net neutrality is, why it's important, and what you can do to fix this. And so for those of you who don't know, net neutrality basically means or requires that your internet service provider, such as Comcast, also known as Xfinity or Verizon or whoever you go through, it requires them to be neutral or to treat all websites the same, meaning they cannot throttle your internet speed, they cannot block legal internet websites, they cannot charge you additional fees to access different websites. It's all treated the same. It's basically treated as a utility, such as your water or electricity. Think of it this way: if you paid your water bill and the water company told you that the water they provide you can use for drinking, but you cannot use it to shower. You can't use it to water the lawn or anything else like that, and you can only use it for baking if you pay an additional $10 fee. That would be absurd. Same thing with the electric bill. If the electric company told you after you paid for it that you can use it to power the lights in your house, but you cannot use the electricity for your TV, that's not allowed. And if you decide to use it for the refrigerator, there's an extra $20 fee for that. But because those services are treated as a utility, a neutral utility, when you pay for the water, when you pay for that electricity, you can use it for whatever you see fit. It's completely up to you. You've paid for it. You get to decide how you use it. And the internet absolutely should be treated as a utility. It is a utility. And so this all comes down to money. Companies like Comcast and other companies like Verizon is another good example. They want to be able to charge you more. And it's all about money. It's about making more money. Net neutrality kept everything neutral. They were not allowed to throttle, they could not block websites, they could not charge you more, and they've tried to do this in the past, and Comcast, also known as Xfinity, has attempted this. And the FCC chairman has ties to Verizon, which is no surprise why he pushed for the regulations put in place to be repealed, to be pulled back. And so what can you do from this day forward? Now, just before I get into that, one thing I do want to mention: are you going to notice a huge difference today, as today being the first day that the internet or free internet is dead? No, I don't think you're going to notice anything for several months. The companies are very much aware of the outcry that was involved when they voted or when net neutrality was repealed, and so I would expect subtly, slowly, over the next 6 to 12 months, you're going to start to see some changes, and I believe Comcast or Verizon is probably going to be the first couple to make some changes, but it's going to be subtle, it's going to be slow, it's not going to be sudden, because they're going to try to sneak it in there. And some services have already changed different verbiage on their websites to reflect basically what they're planning to do. So again, back to what can you do? Well, you can use a VPN service. Here on the screen you can see some VPN services, and I'll list links down to these different VPN services that I recommend. Again, these links will all be down below in the video description down in the notes. And there are other services other than just these ones, but this will hide your internet activity from your internet service provider. Now, will this help? Yes and no. It will only go so far. At the end of the day, the two biggest things that will help outside of using a VPN is educating those around you, because like I already mentioned, many people don't understand what net neutrality is, so you need to spread the word and you need to educate those around you so that way they will know and they will also know how important it is. But At the end of the day, the single biggest thing you can do is watch and be active in the voting process. You need to search out and vote for candidates who see net neutrality as important. I'm talking about congressmen, senators, presidential candidates, and even local leaders are important. The more people we have in office that see this as important, the more likely we're going to get this reversed or get legislation passed to make it law. And it's very important that we do this. So again, using a VPN can help to a certain extent, but educating those around you, spreading the word, and actively participating in the democratic process and voting for candidates who put net neutrality as an important value in their candidacy. So if you have any comments, please post them down below and I'll respond as quickly as possible, or if you want to start a discussion. But again, today marks a huge milestone in the end of net neutrality.